Good morning, Central Texas. Welcome to Kids Community Connections. And I'm Phyllis Jones. I'm just your host this morning. I have the best guest in the world. Because as everybody know, I love when children come on the show. And I like to support our children because you know what? If we don't support them, then they go the wrong direction. If we don't highlight them and push them up when they do something, they end up going in the wrong direction. So when I hear, read, or see a little kid that's under 18 doing something great, my first thing is I got to bring them on the show and I got to let them talk and I got to let you hear them talk. Because like I said, this little young lady who's my guest, she's not only her mother's responsibility, she's our responsibility too. Because, when she moves up in her little life, she expects to see us help her move up. She does. She has to, yes, she has a mom and a dad and all that. But, our responsibility is to help her also, to do whatever we can to help her. So my way of helping her is bringing her on the show and letting her talk and letting everybody know who she is and what she's doing. Because what she's doing is phenomenal. Because, kids are out of school right now. And I imagine some of their parents have lost all of their hair probably. And, we'll see parents with new hairstyles in the fall because, they've lost their mind because they have their kids. And my thing to parents is, guess what? Now you know what we said is true. All those things we told you about your kid, you go, nah, they don't do that at home. Now we're telling you the truth. I can say that because my kids are grown and gone and I have grandkids. So I can say that now, beforehand I wouldn't have been saying that. But I can afford to say that just because. But before I get to my guest, I want to remind the business owners of something. Last week I told you on Monday, CBDA, on last Monday at 10:30 in the morning exactly, started taking in the new loans. And I sent out a good 10, 20 probably emails and text messages and Facebook posts about the webinars. Because they were having webinars to assist people in filling out the loan paperwork. And they were also having webinars because there are some banks that I won't name on the radio that you cannot use because they weren't doing their jobs. But anyway, I hope that everybody who does have a business did fill out that paperwork. And I hope you're not waiting and thinking because, as you think, you lose. When you sit home and go, I don't know, maybe I'm going to try it. I'm not going to get it anyway. You're not going to get it anyway because you waited too long. Because what we need to remember is any banking institution, they're going to call their bankers, they're people who they have a relationship with. Because, if you have a relationship with your bank, you're going to be one of the ones they're going to say, hey, listen, come fill out the form tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, because it's back in again. They're going to call you and tell you because you have a relationship. And I'm not saying you got all this money in the bank. You don't have to have a lot of money in the bank to have a relationship with the bank. So I hope everybody filled out the paperwork because I will be going back and asking you to let me know either through, I'll say through Facebook because Community Connections, I have a Facebook post or my own, Phyllis Jones. But I want to know if you having problems getting yours because even though I have a business, but even while I'm doing what I'm doing, I did make myself educated enough. I think I can go work for the SBA right now and fill out the paperwork. So I hope everybody did what you're supposed to do. Fill out the paperwork, get your loan, and move forward. Because as we know, what we're going through now, it's not going to get better. It's not going to get better soon. And, everybody was waiting for this grand day on Friday. You thought it was going to be a big celebration day, and you found out most of the stores didn't open. Most of your restaurants didn't open because you know what? Telling me that only 25% of people come in the building, you didn't tell me anything. So you know what? If a family went to eat out at a restaurant on Friday, you had to think about two things, family. One, you need to think about their business because the longer you sit there, the less people come in his restaurant. And it costs him money when he clicks the switch on. So regards to you saying, I'm going to pay for my food, he better be happy. No, because it takes more than you to, pay for his building. Because you sitting there didn't even pay for his water. So if we're going to go out to eat and get your behind up, I can get out the door. Because some more people got to come in. The mall is confused. Some of the stores in the mall are not going to open because they can't open yet. They're not ready. They have to do more things than we thought of to open again. Because if we remember when the stores closed down, that we were in one season, now we're in a new season, and they still got those old clothes in there. So that presents a problem for our retail store. So everything is not the way we expected everything to come back is not going to come back that way. So, yes. Are we going to get worse? Yes. Should we be ready? Yes. What do we tell our children? Explain it to them. Seriously. Explain it. Explain it to them. You're going to have to tell them what a recession is because we're going to go into one. So to your children, tell them, okay, it's one, they know they're not going to school. They might not understand why, but you tell them why they ain't going to school. It's not their fault, not your fault. You let them know why they're not going to school. But also, each step of this, I hope you're explaining it to your children because they need to know. They need to know that I'm not going to school because the governor said so, because this pandemic disease attacks your body when it wants to, not when you want it to. Whether you do, it comes at you. So I hope we're instilling in our children on why the businesses aren't open, on why they can't go say hello to their best friends, and why they can't just do what they used to do, and why you can't take them wherever they want to go. Explain it to them. You might think they're too young to understand, but they're smarter than you think they are. Okay, now for my guests. You know, most of my shows come off of things I read on Facebook. They actually do, because some of the latest topics and stuff is on there. So most of my shows do come from there, especially the topic. Sometimes the guests. But I was strolling through Facebook one day, you know, and I saw what my guest was doing, because I saw. So when I see a little kid, so I'll be like, yeah, that's cool. I like that. You know, so naturally, I, stopped at the page of the article from KISD, and it said that she was making masks. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool, because she's a little shorty, and what I mean by shorty, she's in elementary school, and I'm like, she's making masks. And then I'm reading more, and she's making masks for the people at her mother's job, because her mom works at the hospital. I'm not going to say what hospital, but her mom's working at the hospital, so she's donating masks to them. She didn't say, I'm making them for my friends. None of that was on there. It was that she was donating. Remember, she's a little person. We're going to find out how old she is in a few minutes. But she's a little person, like I said, and she's thinking about not just her. She's making them for the hospital. She didn't say, I'm making them only for my mother to have 12 a week or whatever. She's doing that for that. And then later on, she's going to make more for other people. That's what you call, first of all, a very smart and a very caring young lady. So we need to nurture and pour into her. Like I said, yes, she has a mother and a father, but she's also our task too. Because she might see us somewhere one day, and she might go, I knew this, or I said that. Mother, leave her alone. You see, any minute, when you hear the word "get out," it'll be because I kicked her mother out of the station. I don't know why she's trying to be bossy in here. Don't worry, I'm going to get her mother too. But anyway, my guest, and since I can't remember her name, she gave me a nickname I can call her. Woo! Okay, good morning, Cece. How you doing?
Good.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you ready? You ready? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, good. How old are you?
9 years old.
Oh, so let me see. You're in the 4th grade?
Yes.
I got that right, yes. Okay, I'm sorry. What school you go to?
Reese's Creek Elementary School.
That's down the street from me. I work at Tremere Elementary School, which is right down the street. In fact, some of our teachers are over at Reese's Creek. They left our school. So, do you like school?
Kind of.
There you go. Hey, that's true. I understand that. So, are you missing school right now? You miss your friends?
Yes.
And you miss the gossip and all that good stuff? Because y'all do gossip at elementary school.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. See, Mom didn't know I knew that little secret, but they do. In fact, Mom, the most gossiping people in elementary school are 4-year-olds.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
They don't have a life. No, think about it. They don't have a life. So they talk about everything that happened in the house. They do. So we know everything that happens in the house. They don't have a house. They don't have a life. Where are they going? They can't hang with their buddies. They don't have, they do have cell phones, but they can't call their friends. So we learn everything that goes on in the house.
I bet.
So, but they are. So are you good? You have good grades in school? Or are they okay? They're okay?
A's and B's.
Oh, there you go, girl. That's
One
good.
time I got A honor roll.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. How did it feel?
Good.
Good. I like that. That's pretty smooth. So why are you out of school? Do you know?
Yes.
Why are you out of school?
The coronavirus.
Oh. Is it worse than the flu?
Yes.
Why? Because it's killing people?
Yes.
I know, and it picks who it does. It picks you. You don't pick it. Isn't that terrible? Yeah. So in August, are you going to be ready to come back?
Mm-hmm.
Guess what?
And August is my birthday.
Really? You're kidding? What day?
August 9th.
Oh, so we won't be in school. So you get to celebrate before we go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
Except for we'll be back though. We have to come back 2 weeks before you are. We have to listen to the principal for 2 weeks. You just think of that, 2 whole weeks. Yeah, while y'all get to chill, we got to listen to the principal. It's no fun at all. But anyway, on your time off, you decided to start creating something. What did you create?
I created masks.
And why did you make some masks? Why'd you make them?
To take care of people.
Oh.
And make sure they're healthy and okay.
That's a smooth and sweet idea. So how did you learn to make them?
Well, really,
Go ahead.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really, we
Yes.
would look up how to make masks on Google or something like that.
Okay.
And we end up making them. And then we would end up making them and it would turn out to be a big thing.
Did you think it would be a big thing or did you think you'll be just doing something?
I actually thought we were just doing something, but then we were going into the hospitals and then people started asking for some. And then I went on the news. And then I went on the radio.
So this is just going on and on and on, isn't it?
Yes.
But do you know that's how things happen?
Mm-hmm.
Things normally happen like that when you don't plan for it to happen like that. Because you did this, you thought okay, I'm doing this now for this. You don't think you never thought you'd end up all the way like right here.
Yes.
And now you all the way right here.
Yes.
Ah, so how long does it take you to make one mask?
About 10 minutes.
You're kidding.
No.
10 minutes?
Yes.
So I
Well,
need to.
no, now since we got the new sewing machine,
Uh-oh.
now it takes me 4 minutes.
Well, so that means I need to go home and start making some masks because I know how to sew. I haven't did this yet. Okay, so how much fabric do I need? How many layers?
1.
1 layer?
Well, 2, because you need a white one and a different color.
So you can make them out of any kind of fabric?
Mm-hmm.
What?
You just need 2 pieces of fabric.
And that's it?
Mm-hmm.
And start working?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So do you know how many you've made so far?
Yes.
How many?
We made 59.
Wow. And now you're making them for who? So you did them for where your mom's work is at, and now who are you going to do them for?
Just people around our town and people in the United States.
Oh my gosh, she's reaching out to everybody. Are you going to make them for the homeless? Mom, leave her alone. I told y'all, wait a minute, hold up. Since I work at elementary school, we put kids in we can't say that word time out anymore because parents fault. Wait a minute, parents fault the government, and so we can't say time out because parents said it's a negative word. So we call it refocus. So we got like 5 corners in this room. So I'm going to put mom in refocus because I don't know why she keeps saying stuff. Cece, do you understand why she keeps saying? We'll talk to mom so she'll feel better, okay?
Okay.
So have you thought about making any for the homeless?
Yes, we did. We made 28 masks for the homeless shelter, families in crisis.
Oh, cool. Because the homeless shelter, they didn't know about the virus at the homeless shelter until on my show, I had a lady, her name is Dr. Christine Mann, and she treats people with COVID virus. And she came on my show, and you know what she asked me? She said, "Who's told the homeless?" Well, we heard crickets after that because nobody had. So she volunteered to go talk to the ones at the homeless shelter because they thought that the virus was just the flu. They didn't know it's worse because nobody's going to tell them. Think about it. The homeless, they don't have no TV, no place to really stay, so they didn't know. So she went and told them about the virus. And And then we went to the battered women's shelter, and she told them about it too. So I'm glad that you did go over there and give them, because you know what? Our city, in our city we have a mayor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have city council, right?
I've met the mayor before.
You met Mr. Segura?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. They didn't go tell the homeless, so they're not reaching out to them. So guess what? You did something they haven't even done. You you did something that they haven't done yet. Isn't that something?
Yes.
You, at 9 years old, you conquered something that our city mayor or city council didn't do. How's that feel? Wow.
Great.
I know, because they didn't do it. And you figure why they didn't. And here you come and you're doing it. That's really cool. So I'm now I have to talk to Mom. Okay. Hi, Mom. How are you?
I'm doing good.
And your name is Coco, correct?
Yes.
I got that right. Yes. Okay. All right. So how does it feel for you to have a daughter who's 9 to actually say, okay, this is what I'm doing?
Well, it feels amazing, because I would have never imagined that she accomplished what she wanted to do in reference to making the mask. Mm-hmm. So she has definitely went above and beyond what my expectations have been about her. Making A's and B's is one thing at school. Being respectful is another thing. Making sure she doesn't get in trouble. That's the third thing. But when you extend your knowledge and your experience and the things that you learn, and you just gather everything, and you figure, kids are on YouTube and on TikTok and all this other stuff, and you just some parents, some of it is, you look at it like, oh, get off of the phone, get off of the iPads and stuff like that. But this is where she picked it up off of.
Yeah.
So this is something that it can turn out to be a good thing as long as you monitor things. You can make it into a good thing.
Yeah.
And so she put 2 and 2 together, and for her to be able to put 2 and 2 together, it was really amazing to me. My mom bought her a sewing machine for Christmas, and she was practicing on the sewing machine. And then when she realized that she was on on YouTube and they were making masks, and then she realized when I come home, I'm wearing a mask. And then she starts asking questions,
right.
Why do you got to wear the mask? And then, of course, with the education packets that the schools are sending, they're talking about the flu and the COVID paperwork, where they have to actually answer questions about it,
right.
which I thought was just amazing too. And all of that just kind of put together, she started getting more motivated to do it. She understood why she was doing it, and she went way past where I thought it was going to go. I bought her, a couple yards of fabric, just for her to start off with.
Right,
she started off by hand. And so when I realized that, okay, we probably can't keep doing it by hand, she coming and showing me her little fingers, and I'm like, okay, we probably can't keep doing this.
Right.
We're going to get her a sewing machine. The first one that she had got for Christmas, it was a kid sewing machine, so it didn't have a bobbin in it to collect it.
Right.
And so then I seen that we had to upgrade, okay, because we had to start making some product after that. So she definitely made a lot of masks. She made way more than 59, that's for sure. Made 25 for the hospital.
Oh,
she made 28 for the Families in Crisis shelter.
Right.
She got a chance to talk to Mr. William.
Yes,
glad
Mr.
that
Hall.
he had, glad that he had a chance to accept us and receive us, and we greatly appreciate being able to help him out.
Right.
And she's been making them socially for the community around, and it's definitely she's well over 160. Well over 160. Good. She just sent off some masks to a couple of soldiers that had requested it down at Fort Sam Houston.
That's good.
So we just mailed those off too. Right. And so she still has some masks that she's already in progress with making at home. She called me yesterday when I was at work and said, she had ran out of the back fabric that she had. So she said she had to take a break. So I said, okay, well, we'll make sure we get some more cut out for you. But I'm ecstatic with her. It's just she's amazing. She's amazing. She keeps me on my feet. She keeps me going.
Well, that's good.
Yes.
That's good. She's supposed to keep you trailing her.
Okay.
She's supposed, because our young people need to learn. Well, they know, but they need to learn how to teach us. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is this: every catastrophe we've ever had, that the United States have ever had, is taking young people to do things that you go, oh, okay, because you're focused on your job, doing what you got to do, and all that. She doesn't have to worry about any of that. Right. You know what I mean? She doesn't have to worry about that. So while they're not worrying about any of those things, because that's not in her control,
right,
they seek other ways to help and to do things.
Right.
So they're good at that. So I'm glad that you kept feeding her with Mom, I need this now. Mom's my fingers. I'm trying to swim by hand,
Right.
Because swimming by hand does hurt your fingers after a while. So I'm glad you grew with her.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You
Yes.
said, okay, fine. Let's try this machine. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. This is not the right machine.
Yes.
Okay. So
yes, because that's definitely
yeah.
what happened. Because
Yeah.
at the time, I'm a nurse. I'm a nurse. I do medical stuff. I don't, getting the sewing machine was not the top
Right.
thought process that I was having. So
Right.
once I seen that she was into it, of course I'm going to be into it because I have to push her to be help her grow further.
Right.
And so whatever she's wanting to do is all of my children. Anything they want to do, what you need.
Yes.
What do you need? How can I help you? So. No, I'm definitely proud of her.
But Cece, you know what my granddaughter did though? My granddaughter's in high school, and she makes masks also. She came to my house, and I had a bag of clothes in my garage that I'm not gonna wear anymore. Remember what I said? I had a bag of clothes that I wasn't gonna wear anymore, and I was gonna give them away to who I don't know. So you know what she did to those clothes?
She sold them and put it in a mat.
No, she cut them up. No, she didn't. She took them. She went in my garage. She came out with all this. I'm like, so you can't wear any of that, my thought. You can't wear that. What you gonna do with it? She said, well, you don't want them, right? And I knew where this was going. She said, so I'm gonna make masks out of them. It was hard to say, no, you're not, because I'm gonna give those clothes away.
Right.
So I can't say that. Well, I was gonna give them away, but saying that wasn't right. So I said, okay, fine. I did. I'm like, oh. She said, you have any, then she asked me, did I have any white fabric? Once again, I was, trying to cough and I was trying to say no, but
Right.
I said, yes, I have some in the back, in the room. And did she take some of it? No, she took all of it. Yeah, she did. So... all my, clothes I was going to give away. I'm sorry, community, I can't give them away now. Well, she left the pants. She did, because that's not the right fabric. But, yeah, my granddaughter took all of them.
You can make masks out of pants.
But the fabric is too thick. It was that thick fabric where you couldn't be breathing. They wouldn't been breathing.
Right. Right.
I've been killing people. But, so...
The one that goes like this?
You wouldn't be able to... They wouldn't be able to breathe. Yes.
Yeah, Jean is too thick.
So dear mom, this is a question for you because I can't ask her that because she's a child.
Okay.
So if anybody wants a mask from Cece, how do they reach you?
They can email me at coco.vaughters@gmail.com. They can go on my Facebook page, and it's Coco Vaughters, and it's VAUGHTERS. They can also reach out on Instagram.
Okay.
Okay, it's the same name. Other than that, that's it.
Yeah, good. Okay, because that's how I found. Well, I read the article about your daughter. I'm like, nah, it doesn't list nothing. So I'm like, okay, mom. All right, okay, good. That's it. Cool, good. Let me find. And I didn't, so it took me a while to find you on Facebook, but it was cool because I'm like, okay, it's not going to defeat me,
right?
So I found you. I'm like, now let me. And it's weird to inbox people because, well, I'm used to doing it now, but before people get, who is this? So First thing I do is identify myself, and then I'm like, this is what I need while I'm like, I said, because she's going to like another nut inboxing me. Who is this? So I decided, I'm like, no, I'm just going to introduce myself first. Then she'll figure out, oh, okay, fine. This is why she want me to come on. But I like children. Like I said, I love children coming on because we need to do all we can to promote them.
Yes, ma'am.
We know they have a family to promote them, but you're one thing. You're one avenue.
Right.
Where some of us have more different avenues.
Right, yes, ma'am.
So we could bring them all together to say, okay, you know what, you need a mask? Yeah, don't go over there and buy one. Give her some fabric and let her make you one.
That's right.
Because then we promote her.
Right.
Then we push her forward. Mm-hmm. Because right now I'm going to give you a challenge. You ready, Cece, for the challenge?
Yeah.
All right. Me, I use my show, which is Community Connections. And I do informational block parties for the homeless and less fortunate. I do it on the street, Sprout, where the homeless shelter is. I do them on that street. My next one will be the last Saturday in July. So what I do for that, what happens on that day is this. It's on a Saturday morning. So everybody who has something to offer to the homeless is there. no charge. Nobody can buy anything, and the tables are free. So it's a chance for us to. I use that as a way to give them all the information that they need to move forward. So I would like for you to have a table there with your mask.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm not asking you for a certain number because you're a little person. You know, if it was your mother, I would say like 1,000. You know, I mean, I was like, Mama, you got 1,000 of them. You know? But since you're 9 years old, I don't care how many you bring, or how many you make, what color they are. It's up to you. But the last Saturday in July, so you got to put your little thinking cap on. Remember, the last Saturday in July at 10 a.m. You're going to be downtown on Sprout Street. Your mom can work out her days off because you got a little while to play with that now. And I want you down there with us. We have free food because somebody always barbecues. Okay. We have music. Oh, no. We have the dangerous game truck. He's free. He comes. Oh, wait a minute. Mom is saying yes. Oh, no. Cece, are we going to have to move your mom out the game truck?
The game truck.
Yeah, but are we going to move your mom out the game truck?
No.
Oh, she'll be able to leave on her own?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. The way she was looking, you know, we might have to we might have to go in and drag her out and say, "Get out, Mom." You know, you've been here 4 hours.
I like game truck.
Well, he comes also. He comes because it's a free event.
We played it at the carnival. We played in the game truck. They have Super Mario and other things.
Guess what? I don't know anything about games.
Oh.
Nothing. I know. How can I live and not know about games, right? I know, but I don't know nothing about them. That's what my granddaughter says to me, dude. She looks at me like, for real, seriously? I'm like, I don't know nothing. My brain doesn't go that way. It don't go that way.
The only game I really, really don't like to play is Fortnite. It's weird.
I think all of them are weird. But I didn't say that. I can't figure it out. I can't get it. No. First of all, it causes me to sit down. And it causes me to like what I'll sit down and read a book in a minute, but playing the game, no, I can't do that. But anyway, for that day, we're there from 10 in the morning to 3 o'clock. So I want you to, like I said, you're not the only, you won't be the only kid that you see there.
I dreamed of this just last night.
Being on the radio?
Yes.
So what do you think about being on the radio?
It's good.
The cool part is nobody gets to see you.
Yeah.
But do you know what? It's one lady who came on my show, and right before the show came on, she dashed to the bathroom to put on makeup and comb her hair. But nobody sees you. I'm like,
she probably looked at her computer.
But nobody sees you on the radio. No one sees you. They just hear your voice. But she went and combed her hair, put on makeup, and I told her we could have on pajamas in here, and nobody would ever know. But it was okay. It was fine. She was okay. But you know, the last little kid I had on here, she wrote this. She was on her 3rd book. She wrote her 3rd book. She was on the show. I invited her on. I had some. What is one little boy? He made dolls, and he used fabric, and he started creating them because he was bored. Right. And he saw one and figured he could do that, so he did that. I had one little guy. He makes bracelets. I challenged him to make me a bracelet, and he did.
I know how to make a bracelet.
Don't tell me that. See, I'll be designing one, and you be like, "What the world?"
No, I do know how to make a bracelet.
Mom, you better tell her. Don't tell me that.
We're gonna have us another job too.
Don't say that over the radio.
I also can paint.
Oh, you can? You like painting?
Mhm.
What do you like painting?
I made about 8 pieces. 8 pieces yesterday.
So what do you do with the pictures that you paint?
I hang them up in my room.
Ah.
I actually painted a SpongeBob for my birthday.
SpongeBob? I do know who that is.
8. When I turned 8.
Oh, really? You like SpongeBob? He looks weird.
Me and my mom do.
He's weird.
One time I walked in on my mom watching SpongeBob
Oh.
eating noodles.
See, Mama told you about kids. I told you. I told you. See, you didn't believe me.
You said 4 though.
I did.
You said 4.
I did say 4. So okay, it's elementary kids.
It was funny though.
Okay, it's elementary
And then
children.
I sat down and went with her next for fun. I always do that.
See, that's elementary life. I put it that way. It starts with 4-year-olds, but it's elementary life.
Right.
We live this every day.
Every day.
Yes, we do. Because the kids know I'm the one. If you say, I got to tell you something, I'm going to listen because I don't know what they're going to tell me.
Right.
Because what they tell me could be something I need to know.
Right.
That I need to do.
Right.
Or something. So I'm never going to say, wait.
Right.
Because my wait could be 10 minutes. But to them, it's 30 minutes. I forgot about them. So, yes, we elementary kids tell everything.
Right.
Yeah, everything. So when parents say, they're not going to tell that, yes, they are. You know what? I asked some 5th graders, why does SpongeBob wear square pants? And they couldn't tell me.
Weird.
Well, that's what they didn't tell me. They had to think about it. Serious, they were 5th graders, and I asked them that.
He's a sponge.
But they didn't know. They took them a while to figure that out. I know. I'm just saying. It took them a while. I know you're trying to figure out what happened to their brain. I don't know. They couldn't. It was weird. It was weird. So July 30th, you're gonna be out there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gonna be all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So back to during these times and everything. So you wash your hands 50 times, and use.
When it first started, I did. I would after I got done using the bathroom, I would go to the sink and spray so much soap on my hand that it would go everywhere. And then when I squeeze it, it would come out. And then I would wash my hands, and the soap would stick to my hands.
You know, I thought that when they said for little kids to wash their hands, I cracked up laughing, only because I work in elementary school.
Yes.
Now everybody else is like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "Because you have no idea how hard it is getting kids out of the bathroom from having soap all over their hands. Now you've told them to wash their hands all day." I said, "So you know, some parents are gonna be buying soap every other day because kids love soap on their hands." But actuality, you know now that all the time they used to spend then washing their hands is the same amount of time now that they're supposed to spend washing their hands.
Right.
But yeah, so I imagine parents are buying soap forever because I know how little kids do with soap.
Yes.
They have it up to their elbows.
Put them in the bath. Just put them in the bath.
So are you worried about the virus, or do you just say or is it you just say, okay? Are you worried about it?
No, not really. But sometimes when people on the news say something about it, and how Donald Trump and his people, the government,
Right.
and other people say that they're going to open up the stores, but then they don't open up the stores.
Well, see, they can't. The president cannot make you open your store. He cannot. That's not his.
I know.
That's not his. That he can say it, but certain things he can't make you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it makes me mad when they don't open the stores.
But guess what?
Because they have some pretty good hot fries.
Yeah, but guess what? Just think about it. If they open a store, right? Okay. Let's use your math. Let's use your math skills. Okay. If they open up, what's your favorite store?
What's your favorite store?
Yes, what's your favorite store?
Probably Stripes.
Stripes?
Yes. Wait, no, the
let's
mall.
use the mall. Okay. Oh my gosh, the mall. Okay. Okay, let's say the mall.
They got some great chicken.
Okay, let's look at the mall. Okay, look at the mall in your head. Okay, now, right, but before this started, anybody could go in the mall, right? Everybody could go in the mall. But now, only 25% can come into the mall. Which would mean the size of the mall, that would be maybe 100 people. That's it. No, that's it. Just think about the whole mall and 100 people in there. That's nobody, really. Just think, that's nobody really in the mall. That means nobody's really there. And can they make any money that way? No. They can't make any money because each store in the mall has to pay rent to the mall owners. See, every store in the mall, they've got to pay rent to the person who owns the mall.
Well, they don't have to pay rent if they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, if they're not open, they still got to pay. Like all this, yes. Even though they're closed right now, they still got to pay the rent for that building, for their store. Even though it's closed, they got to pay rent every month.
They don't. That doesn't make sense.
In your world, I could understand that. But yes, even though the stores are not open, they have to pay rent. So guess what? Are they behind? Yes, they are. But so if only 100 people could come in the mall at one time, that's not a lot of people. So it wouldn't even. So it's a waste of time because they'll lose.
Was it supposed to subtract 100 from 25?
Take 100% and take away 75% of that, and you only got 25 left.
Yes.
So that maybe is a good 100 people in the mall.
I was thinking about money because $1 take away 75 cents
is a quarter. Mm-hmm. Well, that's all of the number. Well, we figure that quarter would be the people that would be in the mall.
Yes.
So would that make any money in the mall?
No.
Right. So why? So that's why they're not going to open.
That's right.
See that they can't make any money, and if you couldn't make any money opening, well, you won't open.
If you can only take 25 cents
Yeah.
in the store, you can't get much. You can get more with $1 than you can get with 25 cents.
So so they can't open because they won't make no money.
At Five Below and Five and Below, you can.
They might, but guess what?
They're candy.
But guess what though? Some of the businesses closed because they can't open no more because they couldn't afford it.
Right.
So some restaurants are not going to open back anymore ever because they can't afford it because you can't eat there.
Right.
So it's going to be a mess. So, but that's why the stores can't open because of that little bit. They'll call it to 25%. It's not worth it because it won't be worth it for them to cut the lights on. They got to pay electricity. Mm-hmm. They got to pay electricity. They got to pay water. They got to pay for their phones.
Everybody goes to Five and Below because they don't have to pay that much money.
Yeah, you don't, but they do. Five Below got to pay rent to whoever owns that place that they're sitting in. They have to pay rent on that building, that space that they have. So it's a big complex. So they got to pay rent to be in there.
I would have just started my own job.
Well, guess what? You did. You just did. Because from this, you can do something else. From the mask,
Yes.
you can do something else from that. But just think, the virus is going to come back in the fall, right? It is going to come back in the fall. Yeah, it is. So when it comes back in the fall,
Like quarantine.
you'll be all. I don't like it either. It was driving me crazy. You can start making. You can continue making them because in the fall they're going to be needed again.
Yeah. Gotta stock up.
Mm-hmm. Because it's a mad rush for masks, and in the stores they want too much money for a mask. Because the stores want $10 for one mask. Yeah.
Wait, what?
They want $10 for a mask. One.
One.
You know why? Because they know people are desperate and want one. So they're going to charge you a lot of money to buy it.
That don't make sense. Just give it to them for $3.
They're not going to do that. They want to make more than they pay. Like if they pay you, let's say I pay you $3 for your mask, right?
Yes.
And I take it and put it in my store. I have to charge more than $3 because I want to make money off of the mask too. So I'm going to pay you $3. So I'm going to charge him $5 so I can at least make $2 off of the mask. So when the store buys something from somebody, they mark it up higher so they can make money too. So you make money and they make money. I know, that's how it goes.
I didn't get that.
but that's how it goes. If I buy them from you for $3, I gotta charge more if I sell them, so I can make money too. That's how it goes. Yeah. So we're gonna need hand sanitizer, but I make hand sanitizer. Bet I do make.
You can make hand sanitizer?
Yes.
How?
Well, see, the way I make mine and you make yours would have to be different because the way I make mine, your mother would have to do it. Because, okay, hand sanitizer, if you buy it in the store, is aloe vera gel.
Oh, we have an aloe vera plant.
But yes, so it's the gel. You take the gel and you mix it with alcohol to how you want it to be, how thick you want it or how loose you want it. And then you could add something in to make it smell good. Okay, I do not use alcohol at all on my body. So alcohol is not allowed in anything. And I make everything that I use, my lotion, everything. So I use Everclear.
Oh.
What?
Everclear, no, first of all, Everclear smells like alcohol, rubbing
Right,
alcohol.
it does. No, it does.
But it doesn't have any alcohol in it because it's distilled. And most people use Everclear. And the people who make their own,
Right.
they use Everclear because it has no alcohol in it. So, but that's how I make mine. And your mother would have to use that because it is an alcohol. But yeah, making hand sanitizer. Oh yes, I made enough hand sanitizer. I thought I was a manufacturer for a minute.
Wow.
So those two things people will need in the fall is both because this is going to come back and they say it's going to be worse next time than it is this time. So
We'll have
Can
the
I
mask
get
and
one?
the hand sanitizer.
Hmm?
We'll have mask and hand sanitizer.
yeah, because I already started collecting bottles now for hand sanitizer. I ordered a case of bottles. Because I'm getting in the medium sized bottle, not the little bottle, because that drives me crazy. Because that's gonna. And nowadays, that little bottle lasts you a day maybe, but so I make their bigger size bottle. They still fit in a woman's purse, but I make the bigger size so that it lasts you maybe a week instead of a day. So yes, you can have a jump on it now on the mask because we're gonna have it back. So are you gonna be ready?
Yes.
Even though hopefully we are in school at that time too. But we're going to start school in the fall. In fact, we might start, special needs kids might go in summer school.
I don't.
You're not ready to go to school? You're going to be in the 5th grade.
I know.
You're not ready for the 5th grade?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
Well, that means you'll be going to middle school.
Yes. I want to go to middle school.
Well, you got to go to 5th grade first. Yeah, you have to go to the 5th grade. It's kind of important.
Do I have to?
It would be nice.
You gotta get.
Yeah, you got to get that. You got to get the little 5th grade thing in there.
I would like to go to Miss Ty's class.
What grade is that?
She's a 5th grade teacher.
Oh,
But there's also a teacher that left the school. Remember Gianni's teacher when he was in 5th grade?
Yes.
It was 5th grade or 4th grade. It was 5th grade. Yeah. I wish she was my teacher. Oh yeah, she works at Tremere.
who?
The person that Gianni was. She went to Tremere.
I don't know if she went to Tremere. I think she went to Bel Air.
The teacher?
Yeah.
Oh,
But I forgot her name. Miss Angela. Angela? No, that's Miss. No. I forgot her name.
but the district is gonna cut 100 teachers.
Miss Anglin.
Yeah,
I know
Miss
Miss
Anglin.
Ella Anglin.
Yes.
Yes.
I know her.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew her. I knew her. I know Miss
They
Anglin.
loved her.
Oh
Yeah.
That was
gosh.
Gianni's favorite. If anybody
Miss
was able to
Anglin.
help her,
Ah yes, I know. Yeah, I know her.
And Miss Mazar.
I don't know her, but I know Miss Anglin.
Mm-hmm.
And her husband, Mr. Anglin, used to work with the behavior kids at alternative school.
Mm-hmm.
He used to work with the behavior kids.
Wow.
And it was they never gave him a hard time. First of all, his height, he had that height advantage, but he can't work every day in a suit.
You gotta set by example.
So those kids never challenged him. And when they knew he not was upset with them, but when they knew they had reached like it was when he took his jacket off and folded it up and laid it on the back of the chair. The boys like, oh, it's going down. They knew that it was going down now. because that jacket came off and he folded it, put it behind the chair.
Right.
So they knew it was going down.
Right.
So everybody was quiet. Nobody breathed. They didn't do nothing because they knew that, once that happened, that means I'm getting ready.
Right.
And y'all getting ready, I'm getting ready. And
Right.
suddenly they straightened up because they realized that one little, and a lot of people was like, what did that mean? I said, that means that something's going to happen. I said, whenever you take off, I said, if a woman wears a suit, she takes the jacket off, something's up. What's going on now? But
Get down to business.
it's time. So,
Let's
yeah.
go.
But he used to work there. And he worked there for years. And like I said, the kids knew they respected him. But that suit, and I told him, it was the suit. Mm-hmm. It was him too, but it was that suit that set a precedence of I'm not gonna fight with you. I'm not gonna give you any problems. I'm just not. Because you have on that ultimate thing called a suit. Mm-hmm. But he wore a suit every day. Yeah. So that changed a lot of kids' mindsets.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you go back to school, are you gonna let everybody know about the mask or what you did over the summer that you created masks? Yeah, you got to.
I don't know.
I bet you will. Okay, I'm gonna ask. It's a teacher over there named Miss Lee. Miss Lee. I'm gonna ask her.
Oh yeah, Miss Lee.
Miss Lee is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask her. So see, she like, man, she knows somebody over there. Knows somebody over there. I told you a lot of the teachers left Tremere and went to Reese's Creek. So I'm gonna let Miss Lee know that you were on my show, and I'm gonna tell her to listen to it. And so she can hear you talking on the show and hear what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I know Miss Lee.
And also, Mom.
She stops the problems in our class.
She what?
She stops the problems in our class.
Yeah, she's good at that.
Yes.
Yeah. She is. She is. The kids listen. Kids learn to know who to listen to.
Especially Miss Lee.
Because some of us have what you call it. Some of us, we have voice inflections. Mm-hmm. Some people of other nationalities don't have the voice inflections that we have, because we're able to lower our voice and zone it in, and everybody doesn't have that gift. Right. Because you hear them, you go, for real serious, and they'll never listen to you. And then you hear them, oh yeah, they're gonna listen to you now. Yeah, okay, but yes, but I know Miss Lee. We visit each other's houses a lot. I visit her mother too, because her mother and me like Sherlock Holmes. So I'll go over there and she'll be like, "You see them? Yeah, okay." So we talk about that.
What's Sherlock Holmes?
Mom had to tell you. Sherlock Holmes is a detective. He's a detective.
We watched it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, he's a detective, and She go, who the heck? I didn't know that, but yeah, he's a detective. And so me and her mother like it, so we look at it every now and then. So yeah, I know Miss Lee. So I'm gonna ask.
Have you ever watched Hotel Transylvania 3?
Is it scary?
No.
Then I didn't watch it. I only like scary movies. I like scary movies in the dark. Yes, and all I need is just something to drink, some water or whatever juice I created.
Have you ever watched Bait Hotel?
Bait Hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Bates Hotel or Bait?
Bates Hotel.
Bates Hotel?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to check that out.
And have you ever watched Silence? It's pretty cool.
Just not Silence of the Lamb, just Silence?
Yes, Silence.
So I'm going to go find those two movies?
Mm-hmm. And not just two. Have you ever
watched...
no.
I'm in trouble now.
You done opened her
Thriller?
up.
Have you ever watched Thriller?
And it's not scary, though.
Thriller?
It's not scary.
I know. It's just this.
It's good. It's good. I like it, but yeah,
Wait, have you watched it?
Yes.
Are you talking about the Michael Jackson one?
Oh, no, I'm talking about that one. That was funny.
The one where the man that played it, them people played a prank and then bladed on Chauncey?
Yes, I saw Thriller.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then...
yeah, the Michael Jackson was
Chauncey
funny,
played a prank on them.
Yes.
And everybody thought that was Chauncey, but it wasn't Chauncey. And the man thought that he actually pushed her off the roof, but she didn't. But he didn't. She survived and climbed down.
Oh wow! Okay. My TV doesn't come on every day because I have too much to do, so I don't cut it on. I have more to do now than I did when I was working.
Do you have a Roku TV?
What do you mean by a real cool TV?
Roku?
You mean my granddaughter came and put everything on my television, on my Fire Stick. She programmed my poor Fire Stick for
you
me.
got a Fire Stick.
Yeah, I have two. So my granddaughter programmed it for me.
Me and my mom gonna.
And I didn't ask her. I didn't ask her to do that though.
But
That was the thing. I had channels on there that I was happy with,
Right.
but she wasn't happy with what I had. So she decided. So I have every channel known to man that you can get on your Fire Stick.
Wow.
I didn't ask for that though. So so there are times when I kick back and just be playing TV.
Right.
you know that my mom and me, since we basically have the same TV, our remotes are like the same thing. So
Right.
if one of us loses the remote to one of our TVs, we can just use the other person's remote to get to what we're trying to watch.
Okay.
And then they give it back to the person. And it works on both of our TVs.
Yeah. My poor TV, if it comes on, is happy because basically I'm a readaholic. I read a lot, or I create a lot. I create events most of the days.
I like it.
And I create events for my friends and me to do. They don't know that they're doing them until after I created it.
Right.
Then I let them know what we're doing.
I like creating things.
Yeah, but that's not good for me because I create big events. And then I call and say, you know what we're doing? And
I actually...
Voluntold.
They don't say that on the radio.
I made a little crystal ball. I made a crystal ball with my cousin.
Out of what?
Out of foam with my cousin Christian. We asked our dad, Mr. Waters, and his uncle.
Wow.
To do arts and crafts.
A crystal ball? That would have been cute.
Yeah. And we just put crystals all over it and painted it blue and purple. And then we put all this softener on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just turned out to a crystal ball. And
Wow.
also...
Oh. Uh-oh.
I can play hockey.
Now that I play, I'm happily not a Southerner.
My dad
But
has a hockey team.
But since I am from the North, we played field hockey in school. So I played field hockey because I'm the anti-Southerner person.
I was also a cheerleader.
Where are you from, Mom?
I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay, fine. But yeah, I'm an anti-Southerner. And people know I am. People know that. Everybody knows that.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Detroit.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not. So I have a hard time here.
I also like boxing.
I used to.
And
I don't like it anymore. I used to like boxing, but that's when it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I do gymnastics.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
Where you do that at?
Extreme chair. I also played basketball.
Oh, she is everybody, y'all. My goodness.
I played.
Do you sleep?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Only sometimes when my mom tells me I have to go to sleep.
Well, yeah, you have to go to sleep because sleep helps you grow.
And then I end up waking it up in the middle of the night. And then I watch some of my favorite shows.
Ah, you weren't supposed to tell that.
It's okay. She knows. She wakes
Yeah,
up.
but you weren't supposed to tell that. That was like the secret.
It's not a secret.
Yeah, no, it's not now. It's not a secret now, but
It's never been a secret.
Oh, it's never been a secret. Okay,
No.
But that could have been a you and mom's secret, though. See,
Right.
Well,
but now the whole radio world knows.
it's okay.
Okay, well, mom.
I'm pretty sure
sorry, Mom.
everybody does that.
I told you, Mom. See, let me tell you our secret. The secret is her mother didn't know.
Right.
She didn't know that little people tell everything. Now she knows. See, those one other thing. This is what parents learn when they have their kids.
Right.
And we don't. They learned, what? Why you say that?
Things that just continue to keep flowing.
Right, they didn't know. See, the parents, we're teaching y'all. See, really, some of this pandemic is for us to teach you. Mm-hmm. So we've been teaching parents without knowing that, So now you know they did do that for real, So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so your secrets aren't secret. It's cool.
It's okay.
Okay, so Mom, one more time before we close out, how do we find you if we want some more masks?
You can reach me on Facebook, and it's at Coco Vauders, or you can email me at coco.vauders@gmail.com, and that's coco.vaughters@gmail.com.
Okay, and I want to thank Cece for coming on the show this morning, talking about her mask. And well, we know everything else about. We know Cece. If we didn't know her before,
Yes.
we know her now. But it's been a joy having you on the show and talking to you and listening to you. Because, like I said, my greatest thing is having kids talk about what they are, giving them the platform for you to talk. Because, like I said, since you're doing well, our job, all those of us who are older than you, my grandkids are older than you, but all of us who are part of the community, our job is also to help you grow, and our job is to help pour into you what we can. Me, I have a radio show, so I can say bring you on the show and let everybody find out who you are. Somebody else a friend of mine, she does stories in the paper, so I'm gonna tag her. I'm gonna call her. I'm like, hey, listen, it's a newspaper called sheesh, and I can't remember the name of it. Okay, anyway, she does. She has the paper. She does a paper out of Waco, but it comes here, and I'm gonna remember it later on. But I'm gonna tag her and say, listen, you need to interview this little girl and put it out there in the paper. But those are the things that we're supposed to do, because we're supposed to help you too, but to help her get up there using what we have, because each of us.
That's what it's about, though.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's not about the parents. I live my life in reference to the things that I wanted to do or want to accomplish. Most of it anyway. It's now our time to give our children that limelight, that motivation to do other things. It's not about me.
Right.
This whole project here. I invested a lot in reference to her. It's not about me. It's all about her.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the kids, whatever they need, you do it.
Yeah,
that's what the parents is for. So,
and Mama, I want to thank you for being a nurse dealing with what you're dealing with. Because my daughter's a nurse practitioner, Scott White, and I'd be like, "How you doing?" She was like, "I'm all right. I need to find out how y'all doing." I'm like, "No, I'm worried about you because you're there every day."
We worried. We take care of people, so we be like, "No, how are you doing?" No, I'm here.
Yeah, because I called her the other day. And she goes, "No," she called me. "Where you at?" I said, "I'm at the store." "Why you at the?" I wanted to say something. I am your mother, but I realized where it was coming from.
It's got flipped right now.
I was like, man. But I want to thank you for doing what you do,
because
you take your literally now. Before I would say you had a challenging job, but now your job is more than challenging because you're dealing with your life every day, and what I mean by that is you don't know what patient you see has COVID.
Right.
Because since we now know it's in your body 7 days before you know you have it.
Right.
So you're putting your life in danger every day.
Right.
That you enter that door of the hospital that you work at.
Right.
You're not, because you don't know if any day could be your 7 day. You know what I mean? And it hits you. So I thank you for what you do.
I gotta leave it to the man upstairs.
Yes.
I pray to God.
Yeah.
All the time. So that you gotta leave it to him.
Yeah. Because I'm like, of all illnesses we could have got, we had to get this. Like I was better with the flu because I didn't never catch the flu, and I don't want this either. But yeah, but I thank you for doing what you do in the community.
You're welcome.
And
thank you for having us.
And oh no, I'm glad that you came because you could have said this woman is crazy. She doesn't really have a show. She's not telling the truth. I'm not gonna deal with her. Because I've got that before, really. I've got that. No, you're not for real. You don't have a show, and then I tell them to go on the website and look, and they go, "Oh, sorry, I do." I said, "I would not joke about that. It's not fair." But I'm glad that you came on, and I'm glad that you have a beautiful daughter.
Thank you.
I got a question.
You have a question? Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the host has a question.
Has Lil Baby ever came into your office?
Has who?
Lil Baby.
Who the heck is that?
That one. The rapper.
He might have talked to him. He might have been here to talk to Mel's. Wouldn't be me. I'm only here one day a week. Mel's on MIC.
Right.
Mel's is here every day. So he might have been with Mel's, but not with me.
So
I interview people. I only interview people who about stuff in the community. Mel's does the stuff every day. He's a nut every day in the afternoon.
Mel's gets to meet celebrities.
Yeah. But we don't care.
Are you sure you don't?
Mm-mm. They don't impress me none. They're just people who do something different than I do, and they happen to make more money.
Yes, ma'am.
That's about it. In fact, some of the celebrities that you think of right now that you might like, if you ever met them, you wouldn't. Yeah, because it's one that I met. I like his music. I love his music. I met him one day, and I wanted to smack him and put him in refocus.
Why?
Because he was rude.
What was he?
He was rude.
What was his name?
He can't. I can't take on the radio. I can't say his name. Let's close out the show. Let me close it out. Then we'll talk about it. Anyway, I want to thank you, Coco, for bringing Cece on the show and for having a lovely daughter that's creative, and that you support her being creative. And whatever I can ever do to help support her being creative, let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
Just let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
But I want you to remember the last Saturday, July. I'll be reminding you again that I would like for her to come out there with us and do what she do.
All right.
And also, I want to thank everyone for listening to KISS Community Connections this morning. We had a great time. I love to interview children. And I want you to always remember, you cannot lead a positive life with a negative mind. We'll talk to you next Sunday. Bye.